Something very important, protecting and preventing children from abuse and neglect. Welcome Lindsay Williams, Executive Director of the Children's Trust Fund. The Children's Trust Fund, what is it?
Okay, the Children's Trust Fund, we are Ohio's sole dedicated public funding agency for child abuse and neglect prevention.
So how do you find out if children are being abused or if they suffer from these problems?
Well, we are very much focused on the prevention side, so we are all about strengthening families.
Get ahead of it.
Get ahead of it. So go upstream, support parents, caregivers, the professionals that work with children every day, because we believe that when you really surround the adults and those caregivers that work with children on a daily basis with all the resources and all the supports they need, then we can provide those nurturing environments that children really deserve.
So it's sort of an educational process.
It absolutely is an educational process. And here in Great Lakes, a lot of the work that is going on is focused on something called the Strengthening Families Framework. And Strengthening Families, what it is an research-informed approach to increasing family strengths, to enhancing child development, and to really helping reduce the risk for child abuse and neglect.
So you have these different strategies and ways to approach it. How does it work?
Yeah, absolutely. So it's really based on engaging families and programs and professionals that work with children and families to help build 5 key protective factors in children and families. So those are things such as parental resiliency, social connections.
2.
Oh, now you're going to throw me off here. Concrete supports, social emotional connection for children, and I'm going to totally lose it on the 5th one because I'm a little bit nervous here this morning.
No, you're doing a great job. And I was wondering, how do people begin to get this information? Where's the introduction? Where's the interface between these families who need this education and your organization?
Sure, absolutely. So we have 8 regions throughout the state of Ohio. We have the region here in Great Lakes is comprised of Cuyahoga, Ashtabula, Geauga, and Lake County. And there's a lot of services and programs to help families get these resources and support. So in this region, 2 programs that I want to focus on today are parent cafes and then also Mom's Power. So parent cafes are an opportunity for parents to come together to have some of those conversations about what, those challenges and those critical issues of being a parent. And it's really great because you can bring your child, you have childcare, and you can sit down and have some adult camaraderie. The Mom's Power, that is an intensive parent support group program and mental health program for parents.
This is great because it puts you in a situation where you don't feel like you're alone, or you don't feel like you're the only one with this problem. And when you share those things, I imagine it grows a lot of strength.
Yeah, absolutely. So the 2 main factors that we're focusing on in Great Lakes is the parent resiliency and the social connections. And that social connections piece, you hit it right on. So that's, your friends, your family, your neighbors, maybe your child's teacher, all those community supports that help in this hard job of being a parent.
Because you think about child abuse or neglect, you think about maybe it's like somebody gives a kid a knock on the head or something like that, but it could be way more psychological just because you don't understand how to raise a child.
It absolutely could be, and a lot of that is just building the skills and building up those factors that parents need to be able to understand child development, to be able to understand kind of what they can do to give back to their child. And the parent resiliency piece is just really how can you as a parent recognize those stressors in your life. It could be anything from a job loss to a death of a loved one to potentially your child having a meltdown in a grocery store.
Sounds like life.
Yes, it's life.
Yeah,
it is life.
Definitely. Okay, so I want to help. How do I help?
Okay, so at Ohio Children's Trust Fund has a website, octf.ohio.gov, tons of resources for parents, professionals, and there's also a donate link. So we are a publicly funded entity. You can go on there, you can make a donation, and then locally we're about to kick off a great awareness campaign here in the Great Lakes region. And that is what you do next matters most. Really talking about the weight of those actions in the day-to-day. So whatyoudonext.org is where you can find more information and resources locally.
So it sounds important, right? Well, she has a 40-hour work week, but how many hours a week do you work?
Typically 50 to 60.
50 to 60.
Yes.
So it's a job she loves, and it's something that takes a lot of time
Absolutely
and help.
is.
So if you can
Very
help a little bit,
passionate about this.
that would be very nice. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much.